You've heard it in many songs and videos. You've definitely seen one somewhere. You can recreate a whole symphony score with this thing. I'm talking about the piano. Today I'm going to explain everything I know about the piano, including its anatomy, its impact on people, and I'll give an insight on two famous composers. According to a 1998 article on how products are made, pianos are known to have the greatest range, and it also has 2,500 parts to make it up. That's so many parts just to hear 88 different pitches. Now, in order to understand the piano, here's a simple analysis on the build of the piano, how it's affected the lives of the people, be it in literature or in usage, and then finally conclude with the composers who have influenced piano culture. Like mentioned earlier, the piano is built with 2,500 parts, but let's just focus on how one key is played. So here I have a full diagram of one piano key being connected to the string that produces the sound. So if you press a key, whether it's black or white, it doesn't matter, there are multiple small factors that work together like a chain reaction until it hits the hammer where it swings and hits the string, producing sound. According to a 1996 encyclopedia, How Products Are Made by Gillian S. Holmes's analysis on the piano stated that the intricate collection of felt hammers, and the connecting parts is piano action. Piano action entails the person actually playing the piano, or if the piano has a self-playing system. Some grand pianos actually have that ability. Now, understanding how it works helps classify the family that the instrument belongs in. So in this case, it belongs to two families, the string family and the percussion family. String family because of the strings that are inside the piano and the ones that produce the sound, and the percussion family because of the hammers that hit it. Now, the growth of the piano has been so much from the 18th to the 20th century, and even now. However, in the 20th century, it affected how people have lived their lives and later helped them embrace it. People have embraced the piano in terms of music and literature. But first let's just look at how the piano was implied in poetry. So here I have an excerpt of the 1913 poem Piano by D.H. Holmes. Let me read it to you. In spite of myself, the insidious mastery of song betrays me back till the heart of me weeps to belong to the old Sunday evenings at home with winter outside and hymns in the cozy parlor, the tinkling piano our guide. According to an interpretive article by Mary Ruby in the Encyclopedia Poetry for Students, mentioning piano connected the two stanzas, the second one was what was shown, to highlight the connection between music and memory. In the 20th century, pianos were symbolically rich, so much that houses were considered incomplete without them. According to a 2004 Encyclopedia of Recreation of Leisure in America by Craig H. Roll, pianos were associated with the affluence and respectability of a family, and especially associated with women and domestic culture. Later, statistics in the same article showed that as of 2003, 17 million pianos were found in the US, with 100,000 of them being sold every year. This shows the overall growth in piano usage, seeing the piano's influence on people. Now, if students had to learn how to play the piano, what would they play? That's where the well-known composers come in. Composers such as Carl Czerny and Ludwig van Beethoven were known to make compositions that were not only famous, but also served as warm-ups for those students. First, let's talk about Carl Czerny. Czerny was an Austrian pianist who made opuses, or volumes as we know it, for fingering exercises, such as fingering dexterity. According to James Craddock's 2014 article from the Encyclopedia of World Biography, Beethoven was Carl Czerny's teacher, and then Franz Liszt, who would later be known to make some of the world's hardest piano pieces, was Carl Czerny's prime student. Alongside that, Czerny dreamed of a career as a touring pianist, but after feeling that he lacked star quality, he gave up on that dream. Instead, he just continued composing pieces that would help students in the future and taught alongside. You've definitely heard of Beethoven and the fact that he's deaf. Although his hearing was regressing, that never stopped him. According to John V. Van Cleve's 1987 Gallaudet Encyclopedia of Deaf People and Deafness, Beethoven was considered a hostile, stubborn, and misanthropic person. But the character of the artist never determines the merit of the art, does it? In the same encyclopedia, writer J.W. von Goethe stated that Beethoven was rough, somewhat unpolished, but nevertheless a genius. This proves that even critics still believe that Beethoven was great and, importantly, a smart composer, no matter his odd behavior. These two composers made a difference in piano culture, with forming lessons for future students, proving that the abilities and character of a composer never determine how good a composition is. So now to conclude, I've explained important things about the piano, such as the anatomy or the buildup of the piano, the effects on the people, and I've explained everything about the two composers who helped many enjoy the piano. Now remember that the piano is known to have the widest range of pitches. It's probably because of that there's so many people that appreciate the piano in or outside of the U.S. Again, I've mentioned everything about the piano, an instrument well known and embraced by many. It's clearly seen that pianos made a big difference to many of our lives, whether we know to play it or not. But most have heard the piano before through plenty of compositions on radios or Spotify, your phone, wherever you listen to music. And we all know that pianos are music to our ears.